There are simply way too many things that we don't think we have any power over, but in reality, we control a lot more about them than we would like to admit. Let's say, for example, you go on vacation to a 5-star hotel, all inclusive, whatever. Of course, you have breakfast, lunch, dinner, all reserved, absolutely fantastic food, fantastic desserts, fantastic indulgences in general. Things that your body is probably not going to be very thankful for in the future. Can you control that? Well, no. To a certain extent, you can't really control your willpower and discipline because, of course, if you've paid that much for all inclusive and they have the most exotic desserts in the world that are only found 50,000 kilometers away from your house, I don't know, let's say 10,000 kilometers away from your own country, of course you need to try them. You would be stupid to not actually relent a bit from resisting, kind of turning off that discipline, that willpower, and just indulging a little bit. Because without that, discipline and willpower are just pure stupidity. If you were if you were to always be disciplined, you're not disciplined anymore. So yeah, to a certain extent, you can't really control yourself because controlling yourself too much would be ignorance. But eating half a kilogram of sugar for every single meal while you're staying at that 5-star resort in Turkey or Uzbekistan, I don't know, is something controllable. It's in your control to eat less. Maybe skip on the desserts on a couple of occasions. Not every single meal is obligating you to fill your stomach up. You could maybe not skip one, but at least eat something healthier. Because if there's like a wide array of desserts, why wouldn't there be a tomato or a cucumber or just a piece of chicken? I don't know if that's healthy, but whatever. Nobody knows if things are healthy anymore, but that's a completely different topic. Yeah, so you can control a lot of things about that, even though you don't think you have any control over that. One of my biggest problems is that I don't have a water filter in my house. Okay, you might ask, why would you need a water filter? Doesn't your sink just give you good water? Well, let me be very honest. Here in Eastern Europe, in Romania, the water isn't really drinkable. So we most of the time need to buy bottled water, which of course is probably even worse because of the plastic. Not only are we polluting the earth, we're also kind of polluting our bodies. And even if you're in like a more developed country, whatever that means, and I don't know, Spain, USA, and you can actually feel comfortable drinking straight from the sink, that water is not perfect either. You should probably get a filter, just like us Romanians or Bulgarians or whatever, Eastern Europe in general, or Africa. Africa is just another story. But even though I am not I do not have the power to put a filter because it's just a complicated thing to do. And I do not want to drink straight from plastic or pour plastic water into a glass cup or whatever. I got a glass bottle. It's not that difficult. Like, yeah, of course I'm still pouring the bottled plastic water into this, but at least my lips are not touching plastic every single time I'm trying to hydrate myself. Yeah, these things are really boring, but if they are the only things that you can control for a better life, even though they might not feel as such immense, great achievements, you need to do them. It's your duty. Because if you were to say, "Oh, I can't control this. I can't control the food my parents bring me. I can't control my water supply. I can't control that I'm in a hotel and the desserts look so good." Yeah, you can probably control it. You just don't want to admit it. You have a lot more control over your own quality, over your own discipline and willpower and decisions than you would like to admit that you have. It's a basic human fear. It's a basic human reluctancy. Actually saying, "I have no control. Let me indulge. Let me do something bad. Let me not try. Let me be a little submissive slave of indulgence or whatever." When in reality, you have all that control. If you were to say, I want to become a YouTuber, but I don't have a microphone, I would beg of you, look at my first video. It is one of the worst, it is a completely unscripted, one of the worst videos I think that you can find on YouTube. Okay, I didn't have a microphone. I was recording on my phone. I'm still recording on my phone. But the important thing is that I was trying. Try to improve. Try to do something. Do you not have a good background for recording? Well, yeah, you could cry about that, but in reality, look in my background. I could cry about it not being too professional. I have some books, okay. But look at the amount of things that it could improve. I could take away this massive pile of school books that are just looking like an atrocity behind me. I could probably move this MacBook. I could probably take the Harry Potter trilogy out from behind me because I'm trying to seem like an intellectual, when in reality, I have not read Harry Potter, but I'm still a 14-year-old that is heavily interested in reading it. I can't hide that. So yeah, I can improve a lot with my background, even though it's not the best. I can still control a lot of the things here. I could take out, put in, replace so many things. There are so many things that are in my control. But I said no. I said I'm gonna press record because I can't control my background any more than I've already controlled it. That's a stupid mindset. So yeah, if you can't actually admit to yourself that you control a lot more things that you're aware of, maybe you shouldn't be whining about getting fat or getting undisciplined, having a lack of willpower. Because if you don't assume control, assume responsibility, not necessarily blame, but responsibility, you're kind of lost. Because the only way you can actually take control of things, take control over your own psyche and have more self-control and actually become a human that you want to become, is saying, okay, I do control a lot of the things in my life that are not going amazing. That's why my life is not perfect. It's because of me. And by doing that, you've just given yourself all the power to change. I'll see you later.